Looking for a weekend getaway? Why not head on over to Pułtusk? Located just an hour and a half drive north of Warsaw, with its Italian-influenced architecture, this picturesque town will have you in for a real treat. Pułtusk is one of the oldest cities in Poland. Its beginnings date back to the 14th century. The town is brimming with history, with its most important monuments grouped near the rectangular market square. The 400-meter-long market square is often mentioned as the longest in Europe. Once you've walked through it, admire it from above. I am standing atop an 18th century collegiate church bell tower. What you see here below is one of the longest in Central and Eastern Europe market squares. In the background, you can see the city's town hall, and then in back of the town hall, we can see a castle which belonged to Pułtusk's bishops. And then, if you look a bit further, all the way here, stretching out that way, all this green area, that is called Puszcza Biała. So we translate it into like Biała forest, Biała wood. In a second, once we get down this huge flight of stairs, you're going to be in for a real treat, because in here, in this 15th century collegiate church, you are going to see one of Giambattista de Venezia's greatest masterpieces. Follow me. Okay, so continuing on our walk through Pułtusk. We're about to go into the collegiate church here in Pułtusk. And look at this interesting fact. So there was a flood here in 1979, and the water was, well, as you can see, almost all the way up to my shoulders, so pretty high. The Gothic three-nave collegiate church of the Annunciation was built in 1443. The ornamental altar is Rococo. In the mid-16th century, the Italian architect John Baptiste from Venice rebuilt the vault of the nave, giving it a characteristic form of circles connected by stripes. The side naves have retained the Gothic rib vaults. Most of the church's furnishings come from the Baroque period. The impressive vault is covered in Renaissance paintings. Discovered in 1994, these masterpieces of Renaissance art raised the rank of the basilica to a monument, and the phrase Pułtusk vault contributed to the history of art. Like I mentioned before, Pułtusk is filled with unique historical and very unique gems. From one of the longest market squares, which we saw before. Now here, what we are going to look at, so I'll just, walk closer and then I'll give you a bit more. This wall, or should I say tower, it was a defense tower. It is an original built back in the 15th century, and these were Pułtusk's original walls, fortification walls. As you can see, these are the remaining fragments, what we have left. So the original fortification, which dates back all the way to the 15th century, was taken apart by the Prussian invader during the Third Partition of Poland, which was on the brink of the 17th and 18th century. Pułtusk's old town is situated on an island connected by bridges. The city is also known as the Venice of Masovia because of its numerous canals and waterways. What you see here in the back, this is part of Pułtusk's how so quaint old town. Let me show you a little bit more. And now I'm gonna walk backwards because what you see here in back of me, let me just get here. So this is actually where the original gate to Pułtusk was situated. So this also would date back sometime around 15th century. Fast forward to the early 19th century when Emperor Napoleon entered partitioned Poland to confront the Russian army, which had been preparing to support the Prussians until their sudden defeat. On December 6, 1806, a bloody battle between the armies of the Emperor Napoleon and the Russians took place near Pułtusk, which was commemorated in one of the chapels in the church Les Invalides in Paris, and the name of the city was engraved on the Arc de Triomph. After the battle, Napoleon stayed in the city for a few days. Fun fact, the battle is included in Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. The city's officials are certain that a stay in town is time well spent. Dlaczego warto odwiedzić Pułtusk?
Przede wszystkim z najdłuższego rynku wielu zabytków, a także walorów naturalnych, takich jak rzeka, kanały oraz puszcza, która okala miasto wokół.
Super. After touring the market square and grabbing a bite to eat, be sure to take a boat ride on the Narew River. The scenic views will calm the nerves of any city dweller. Inhale, exhale. It's all about the nature. Meadows and forests on the Narew River are an oasis of bird life. If you're in town during the right season, a stork or even a couple is pretty easy to spot. Some people opt for canoes, and the avid fishermen can also cast their bait. Sandy beaches make a great stop to work on that tan. The river and surrounding forests attract many tourists, especially in the summer. Get seasick easily? Why not go for a hot air balloon ride for a bird's eye view of the area? Must be breathtaking. After a fun-filled weekend, time to head back home while admiring gorgeous sunsets.